welcome to POMCLOSET. Today I'm going to create a very fun top which I'm going to use all these cotton colors. So they are 4-ply cotton from Hobby, the rainbow one, the Mayflowers one, in different colors, which you can choose the color of your choice. I'm going to mix all of these colors, and here is my design. The design that I want to achieve is something like this. So I will have the long sleeves both sides, and then the body part. This body part here will be a very small top, the crop top, like super crops, and the sleeve I want to create it quite long. The color here depends on your choice, so I'm gonna mix all these. We will create these in size small. For other sizes I will go through with you in a minute. And what else do we need for this project? I will use my crochet hook, the 4mm for the 4-ply cotton. I will use a pair of cutter, the yarn needles, some stitch marker, and a tape measure. To begin with, I will start from making the body part, which I want to create this area, this part first. So for size small, I will need to do the width of the top here around 5 inches, and M you can go for 6 inches, L you can go for 7 inches, and XL for 8 inches. This is the width of the top, and the length which will cover our bust. For size S I will go for 36 inches because I don't want this part to be too tight for my bust size. For M you can go for 38 inches, L you can go for 40 inches, XL 42 inches. And my yarn gauge is 5 double crochet stitches is 1 inch, 2.5 rows is 1 inch. For size small you will have 180 stitches, which I'm going to create now because I want to start from this part here. This is the green. I will do the slip knot first, leave the yarn always slip knot, and for size S you need to change up to 180s. For M 190s change, L 200 change, and XL 210 change to cover up all the bust and the body area. So I will change up to 180s. So I have done my 180 chains. Now you need to make sure that you have this straight piece, straight change. And then you need to bring the other end and do the slip stitch on the first change. And on row 1 you need to change 3. Next stitches, double crochets. For this top I'm going to use all the single stitches. This row I will continue doing the double crochet stitches until I get to the last stitch. The colors depends on your choice, so I have chosen this green because I think this is a very lovely color, and then I will mix with all the colors that I have shown you. If you want to use the same as mine, if you have the colors available, so feel free to use them. I will continue doing this until I get to the last stitch, and here is my last stitch. And then make sure you have this piece here straight, and then do the slip stitch on the 3rd chain to join and complete the first row. For row 2, chain 4, turn the work. Always turn the work when you finish the end of the row because I don't want this part here to be bending, so I want this part, the joining part here, straight. Now after chain 4, turn the work. You need to skip 1, go to the 2nd one, and then do the double crochets. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochets. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochets. Keep repeating this until the end of the row. On the last stitch here I'll chain 1 and then skip 1 stitch, slip stitch on the third chain to complete row 2, and then on the third row you need to chain 3 and then turn the work, then double crochet in every single stitches. So just like row 1. So I want to keep swapping between the mesh row and the double crochet rows. So I will continue doing this row until the last stitch. This is my double crochet rows. After you complete row 3, you need to slip stitch on the third chain and then chain 4, turn the work, and then do the mesh rows. So keep repeating and swapping between row 2 row 3 until you get, for size S I will do 10 rows of these. For size M you can go for 12 rows. For L you can go for 15 rows. For XL you can go for 17 rows. Alright, so here I almost done with my row 10, and before ending row 10 I need to chain 1 as usual, and then you will need to put the crochet hook through, and I need to change the color on this. The next row I will use the yellow color, so by changing the yarn you need to bring the new color and position it behind the hook, and then you will have something like this. Pull the yarn, the new yarn colors through, and then I'll chain 3, turn the work, and do the double crochet rows as normal. I want to have the yellow for 2 rows, so I will complete my row 11, which will be the double crochet rows, and then I will do 1 more rows of the mesh rows in yellow color. Then I will change to the coral color. So this here, it's entirely up to you which color you want to use. For size small I will go for 13 rows. For size M you can go for 15 rows. Size L you can go for 18, and XL for 20 rows. So the colors, it depends on your choice. You can mix and match anything. So I will keep doing this until I get to row 13 by completing 2 more rows of the yellow colors and 1 more row of the coral color. I have done with the last row of my size S. So the total of the size S would be 13 rows as I have mentioned. So I cut off the yarn, then you can fold the piece into half, then put the stitch markers on. I want to position these on the back of the top, and I have the stitch markers here as a front. Now we need to fold this into half of the half is where the armpit. So this part here would be the armpit part, because I want to make the armholes, so as well as on this side. So you will have the stitch markers here. I have the first stitch marker here, that would be the front of the top. I have 2 of the stitch markers here would be the armhole part, and I have where we're joining the rows on the back. And now what we need to do is I will use the same yarn color, or you can change to another color. And for me, I think I'm gonna go for the same color as the last row here. That would be the peach color. And then I will count out, like I have the stitch markers on here. I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then reconnecting the yarn. Reconnecting the yarn tight, and then I will change. So on the armhole part here, I need to explain that I count out around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I go on to 7 to connect the yarn, and I have already 6, and I need a total of 90 chains for my armhole. In total, including all these stitches, you will have 6 stitches. So I will need extra 78 chains. I have 78 chains, and now to make this line straight before connecting to the other side, and make sure you count out also 1 2 3 4 5 6 and reconnect with the 7. This gap here, when you count out 7, this is for all sizes, and the chains here size S, I will do the total of 90 chains or 90 stitches. For M you can go for the total of 95, for L 100, XL 105. So make sure you have 6, 6, 12, and the rest you will need to count to get 90, 95, 100 and 105 chains on this part. Then I will slip stitch on the next stitch, slip another stitch on the next stitch, and then turn. I'm gonna go on a 3rd chain from the hook. If you can see, it's 1 2, here's my 3rd chain from the hook, and then do the double crochets. The rest you will have to do the double crochet until the last stitch. My last stitch of the straps here, just need to do double crochets, and then make sure you have the straight straps, so always keep checking. And now on this side, before you reconnecting, you need to skip one, go to the next one and slip stitch, and then chain 1 to close the row, cut the yarn off. So I have one side of the strap, so you will see the strap will position on this end like normal top. So we will need to repeat the other side. The other side you will have to do exactly the same by count out like 1 2 3 4 5 6, go on the 7, change, reconnecting the yarn. So basically just repeat this exactly the same as the other side. Alright guys, so I have the straps done both sides, left and right. So now we will need to work on the sleeves. For the sleeves part, you can also mix any colors. You can actually go for the plain tops. This is entirely up to you, but I want to play with the colors a little bit. We'll choose the pink first, and then we will do the slip knot. And for S, I will change up to 50. I've done 50 chains, and the length is 10 inches. And M, you can go for 55 stitches, L 60, XL 65 to make it's like 11, 12, 13 inches. So it depends on the size that you're making. After 50 chains, I will try to make sure this piece is straight, and then you will need to do the slip stitch on the first change like this. After that, change 3. The next stitch is double crochet until the end of the row. So basically exactly the same pattern as the body part that we've just done by swapping the double crochet rows and the mesh rows. So I will continue doing my double crochet rows until the last stitch. After that, you will need to do the slip stitch on the third change on this part here, and then chain 4, turn the work, and then do the mesh rows. So exactly the same as the body part pattern here, the double crochet rows, mesh row, double crochet row, mesh row. So keep swapping between these two. And then for size SM, you can go for 55 rows, L you can go for 58, XL you can go for 60 rows. And if you want to change to another color, this is entirely up to you. I was swapping between different colors that I have mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, so you can use the same color group as mine, or you can mix and match any color of your favorite. I actually done one of the sleeve, so I just want to show you what the color choices that I have chosen. So on one sleeve I have the coral color, the purple, the beige, yellow, green, beige, purple, blue and green. So the total of these sleeves, it's 55 rows. So you can do these for S and M. For other sizes I have already mentioned, and we will connect these onto the body parts that we have done, which we will need to balance the stitches on the armhole section. So on this part here I have mentioned it's around 90 chains for this size, and on this one here we only have 50, and we need to balance these together. So I will show you what to do. Both of them here I have laid out the body part and the sleeves here on the right side, and we need to put the right side to the right side. First of all, I need to do the stitch mark on it's crochet piece stretch, so this fits my sleeves. If I do the 90 chain sleeves, like to fit this part here, that would be too big for my sleeves. So this is the right size for me, but we will need to work on this part here by doing the right side to the right side. I will put this part where the joining area here in the middle part of the armpit. Put the stitch markers on, and the middle part of the sleeve should be here, and then connect, and try to use lots of stitch markers so you can see the difference. So the sleeve part and the armhole part, they have different sizes, but don't worry, I need to balance this part, and then we will do the single crochet all the way around, or you can even do the slip stitch, but the single crochet will do the work. So try to find the middle part of the two pieces here. Put the stitch markers on, and I will start connecting. So now I have the right side, and this one here is my right side. I will start from where I have the yarn left and pull the yarn through like this. I will chain one, and because of the length of these two pieces, you cannot really work on each stitch. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna go like along the length of these pieces. I will use only single crochet to connect these. Make sure you're balancing the pieces. The armhole will be longer, but if you can do like two single crochet of the armhole and one single crochet on the sleeve piece, that should help to balance the works. So here's the inside and on the outside. So I will continue connecting this part here until I get to this part where we started. Cut off the yarn for weave in. Alright guys, I have connected one side of the sleeves, and so far it looks like this. So I will continue doing one of the sleeves and then reconnecting the sides, so exactly the same as this one. I have attached the sleeves on the side of the top, so both sides, left and right. So as I have mentioned, you can choose any color of your favorite. So I have mine in peach, purple, beige, yellow, green, beige, purple, blue, green. And so on the other side I have pink, green, beige, orange, coral, beige, purple, blue, green, and then the rest here is also coral. This is entirely up to you which color you want to use. I have tried this top on and it was a bit loose, so I need to find a solution, and I came up with the rubber band, which I want to attach on this part here on the side. I have measured this band and the length is around 9 to 10 inches. I will attach this rubber band to the top to make this part smaller. To connect the rubber band, I will start from this part here, not the part where you have the sleeves on. by using the thread and the yarn needles to attach this. I only have the black rubber band. If you have another color which match the color of the top, so feel free to use it. So I would do this for a few rounds until it really stays, because you don't want to lose it while wearing. And I will repeat the other side. Make sure this rubber band here is straight. Position the other end not over the sleeves part here, and then I will use the same techniques. Now you have the rubber band attached, and I will grab the same yarn color, which is the coral color, and reconnecting the yarn where you have put the rubber band on this part here. And then I will go for only single crochet in every stitches along this part here, as well as having the rubber band here underneath as well, so you see. So try to cover these. The rubber band length for size SM, you can go for 9 inches, L10, XL11. Make sure it's not too tight. Here's the last stitch. I need to chain one to close the roll, cut off the yarn for seam later. And you need to balance this part here. So it would look something like this, and then you try to adjust this part here. After that, you will need to repeat the other side. I have attached the rubber band on the top part here, so you can see now it's not too loose. I left this part, the armholes here, without the rubber band. So far I have this, the shape of the top like this. I need to weave all the ends in. Alright, I have put the tops on, so you can see now this part here is not too loose. But the arm or the sleeves you can wear in different style. Like you can wear it like this, like off shoulder. I think I want to have these sleeves here to be up on the shoulder part. And what I will do, I'm just gonna make like a little strings, so you can put it on the side and then tie it on the back of your neck to make the sleeve stays. The top is almost completed except on this part here. You can see once I had this on, it doesn't stay like these, but it stays like off the shoulder like this. You can actually wear these in 2 different styles, like off shoulder like this, or you can wear it like this. And by wearing this kind of style, I will need to add something extra, which I want to add the strings on the top part of these sleeves. So you need to find the center of this part. The color is your choice. You can go for any color of your favorite. And I need to match this part here. Reconnecting the yarn, and then I would change up to 100. Now I need to do the double crochet on the 4th stitch. The rest of the stitches, just do the double crochet to the last stitch. I have complete the straps here, and on the last stitch we will need to skip 1 stitch, go to the next one and slip stitch, chain 1 to close this row, and cut off the yarn for weaving later. So you have 1 strap to tie it on the back, if only you want to wear it like this style. So I will complete the other one by doing exactly the same. So first of all, find the center of this top by folding the half of this part start here, and then just reconnecting the yarn and repeat exactly the same process. I have done the straps for the back side of the top, so you can actually wear it and tie it like this. So you can wear the top like this without the sleeve hanging. So this is entirely up to you which style you want to wear. And the color, as I have mentioned, you can just use any. The length of this super crop top here is maybe is too short for many of you, so you can actually just add the length. Basically you would just have to repeat the patterns of these double crochet rows and the mesh rows for the whole design. And now the top is finished, so you have the straps on the shoulder part here if you want to have it up like this. So I really hope you like the tutorial. Anything you would like to ask me, please leave it down on the comment section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Follow my Instagram account if you would like to post the pictures on there. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.